In the analog horror series Local 58, the moon is a huge focal point within the story. There seems to be a theme of being urged not to look at the moon under any circumstances, and that something dreadful may occur if one ultimately does so. In the community, it's debated what the moon is or isn't. The most popular theory is that either the moon is housing aliens or is one itself. The creator himself has rejected this, and so I'm here to present y'all with an alternate speculation. I think that the moon in Local 58 is actually a surveillance camera that the government uses to monitor the Earth and perhaps the surrounding areas of space. An interesting connection in this series is between the two videos. You are on the fastest available route and contingency. In the former video, we see for a split second a freaky little dude bringing terror into the hearts of literally everybody. So imagine if the government could see that through the moon, and imagine if they could see an even bigger threat, whether it came from Earth or elsewhere. That could easily lead to them preparing and taking action, as we see in the latter video. As we know, the message relayed to us in contingency was on accident, but it suggests to me that the government is aware of the immense advantage the moon gives them to scope out any dangers towards the people of Earth. With all of this being said, I think the reason why so many videos discourage viewers from looking at the moon or the sky in general is because maybe the government is scared that if civilians look at it too closely, they'll find out that they're being watched. And so they use broadcasting to spread their agenda. What's even more compelling is that the moon also uses the same method to talk back. In the perspective of the viewers, it looks like contradicting messages from one TV station, but really it's an angry conversation between two parties. Show for Children is another example of how the government uses television to scare people, in this case kids, not to stare at the moon. I'm guessing that this level of convincing, such as sharing messages and making a whole animation to give the future generation nightmares, is effective in making people not look at the night sky. But in my opinion, the moon starts to speak up for itself because it's tired of being ignored. This concept is further brought out in skywatching. In it, the moon is clearly happy when it is being admired by people, as it remarks the word rejoice near the conclusion of these recordings of a person who is deeply studying the night sky and the moon with wonder. The name skywatching and the video itself also leads us to the question of whether we are watching the sky or if the sky is watching us, and in this case, it goes both ways. We are observing each other. Moving on to what the moon is specifically saying, in station ID it says, "There are other receivers," and in a look back it says, "We send signals to ourselves through their domain. Did we really believe they wouldn't add their own?" I think both of these messages have kind of a double meaning. One could be that the moon is used as a surveillance camera not only by humans on Earth but also other societies that live in space. The second has a lot to do with what is said in digital transmission. Unthinking, they move to cut his throat, only to make 1,000 mouths. If he is silenced, we will speak for him. Signs and wonders flood our little sky. No stars above us, only eyes waiting to open. There are other receivers. I think what this is suggesting is that everything in the night sky, such as what we perceive as stars, for example, are actually these so-called receivers, and maybe they're also surveillance cameras being used elsewhere in space, or maybe they're all a part of one big system. Whatever the case, in this video, the government has now made it so that everybody has to switch from analog frequencies to digital ones, which silences the moon because it most likely can only communicate through the former. Now that the government has taken away the moon's power to speak, all the other receivers in the night sky are determined to take action against them. That's where my theories end for now, and I can't wait for the next upload of Local 58. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this one, you might like the one that I made about the Mandela catalog, so please check it out. Consider subscribing to my channel if you'd like to see more content by me, and thank you for watching.